Hi, this is Jane from the Horse Life YouTube channel. Today it's something a little bit different. You've probably heard a little bit about the latest craze of rebounding. I've dived in and bought myself my first rebounder. It's called a Homkai. I hope that I've said that right. It's just arrived in the mail this afternoon and I'm just starting to put it together, so I thought while I was putting it together I would do a bit of a review. I spent quite a few weeks looking for a rebounder on the internet, trying to find the right price for me and the right type. I wanted one with the bands rather than the springs because apparently the bands are easier on your knees and the springs are a bit louder. While I was looking at all the different brands, there's round ones, there's 40 inch, there's 48 inch, there's 51 inch, then there's different weight limits. Some of them look really flimsy on the internet, and this particular brand looked like it was a bit more sturdier. I tried to buy it like 3 different times from Amazon and eBay, but the postage was going to be like ridiculous. It was going to be like 2 months before it was arriving. So I cancelled that order. And finally I found one on eBay. It was probably $50 more than the other 2 I'd ordered, but it was going to come within the week. So I've just unpacked it all from the box and I have screwed on the first 3 legs. So I'll show you what came in the packet. Here it is. It just came folded in half. So it didn't have legs on it when I got it. I've only just screwed them on. I've only put the first 3 legs on. It does seem to have wider feet than some of the others on the internet, because I've heard stories that sometimes the actual feet from the pressure will dig into your lino or carpet or whatever. So I wanted the ones with the wider feet. And the frame looks a bit more sturdy than some of the other cheaper brands on the internet. I think this one was $189. Here's all the bands I have to attach. I've got no idea what the quality is like. I've never bought a rebounder before. I hope they hold up. That's the handlebar and that's the mat. First instructions are put the legs on and then we start attaching the mat. So the legs screw on the frame. Then it seems quite flush against the frame as well. It's very hard to see with the light, but it screws on and sits very flush. It says to place the mat the correct way up, and then we have to start with a numerical order. Okay, so it looks like you start with 1 over here, and then you go to the opposite side and do number 2. Then you go 3, opposite side 4. All done. I think there are 2 spare bands left. Luckily they come off easily. Put them back on. Height adjustment. And here is the finished product. Plus a dog. They're the feet. It's the handlebar set on the inside. I'm not sure if that's what I'm supposed to do, but that's what I've gone with. Now let's give it a try. I've never been on one of these before, but it actually feels quite firm. I'm impressed. And it's absolutely silent. The only thing rattling is the thing over on the shelf there. The handlebar is a little bit wobbly, but I think once you start getting used to it, you probably can take this off. I'll get a close-up of the mat. So I've got it level with the mat, or close enough. You'll see how much, how deep I sink into the mat. I'm about 102, 103 kilos, and this is rated to 150. Well, I'm quite impressed with my El Cheapo purchase. Wasn't that cheap, but it was cheaper than some of the other really expensive brands. I was looking for some kind of low impact exercise because I can't run or jog. I hope this has helped you out with any decisions you're making with your purchases. There are some other cheaper brands out there, I don't know, like around $100. I really wanted to try them. I was more concerned about the thickness of the legs on them and the frame on them. So that's why I specifically went for this brand, because when you look in the pictures and compare them all on the internet, which is really hard, this brand seemed to have the stronger frame and the bigger feet. It is kind of a bit of extra support, but it's more like suction rather than thickened rubber. So you still might have to be careful of your flooring, depending on what kind of floor you've got. I hope you enjoyed this little review of my rebounder, and I'm looking forward to using it. Catch you in the next video.